Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
You are now listening to the Joe Rogan Experience with Chico, Simon, Kamar, and your host, Matt Floyd.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. My name is Matt Floyd, joined as always by Kamar
Welcome to the party.
and Simon.
Greetings and salutations.
What we do here is very simple. We all listen to every episode of the Joe Rogan Experience this week. We're going to rate each episode as well as the week on a scale of 1 to 5 Jamie Vernons. We're then going to talk about each guest, the talking points, give our opinions, this, that, and the next. First, I'm going to bring up some new stuff before Kamar goes over the Patreon. For August, if you join the Patreon just for this month, you will automatically be, of course, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but if you want, we're doing a suicide pool for the football season, and we're going to be giving away merch. So there'll be prizes for the first 3 places. So if you join the Patreon this month, if you're already a Patreon member, you're already entered, don't worry. But if you join the Patreon now for $5, you will be entered into our sweet-ass NFL suicide pool. There you go. Sorry, Kamar. Any new patrons? No.
I picked the New York Giants.
That's not how a suicide pool works.
We'll also be doing that in our post-show today.
Doing our NFL picks.
We'll go over our
Okay.
NFL picks if you want to see where we're leaning.
And for the record, just because Simon seems to need a refresher, a suicide pool works like this. Every week of the NFL season, as long as you're alive, you have to pick one winner. Just one single winner, no point spread. You can never pick the same team twice. Once you pick the Patriots, if they get you a win, well, if they lose, you're out. If they get you a win, you can no longer pick the Patriots.
Got to pick 17 winners, 18 winners?
I can't
most
just pick the Giants every week. That's what you're saying.
Well, you'll lose week 2. Actually, you'll probably lose week 1 because the Giants are trash. No new Patreons, Kamar. I was correct there.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Brother Matt. No new Patreons, but thank you to all the Patreons. The same. Still like and subscribe. Hit that button. Get that merch. The new
I'm not going to lie. During a recession, we should just drop it to a
Diablo avocados out there. So, yeah. Get on the Patreon. I know it's August. Everyone's busy.
No, I feel bad that, it's a recession and no one.
Yeah, we're also part of that recession.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't have $5 to spare to a fucking podcast I listen to.
I
know
can't
you will
listen
when
to
you
another
can. Thank you so
podcast
much.
unless we get $5 from somebody else. So
Fair enough.
that's the circle of life, Matt.
I love that we act like we pay ourselves. This is a fresh take.
Yeah,
Kamar, how was your week?
I had a
Broke
good
your
week.
foot? Sprained your foot?
I performed on Sunday and Monday. It was just brutal. Good crowds, but I just ate a big dick. It was good, as we talk about in this business of show.
Well, that's nice. At least you got some reps in.
It wasn't one of them. I'm sure that the host did too much crowd work.
And you think that affected your set?
It just affected the crowd that they thought,
They thought that was going to be the night?
and they didn't even want that. Like, usually the guy is just supposed to warm it up. Instead, he had awkward conversations with people in the audience.
Who was the host?
My friend.
His name?
It doesn't matter.
So just out of curiosity, yeah, good for you, Kamar. Don't throw anyone under the bus. You would prefer that the host did no crowd work or very little crowd
Do
work?
crowd work, but just right before you bring someone up, just do some material,
Gotcha.
reset the room or whatever. But it was like he'd be like, so where do you work? And then the guy like, I'm retired, and he'd like throw his hands up there like, you're not working with me. So where did you work? Like, is this
You're
what I
not
mean?
working with me. Dude, you asked a question. I gave you the answer. Like, I'm
he's
fucking retired.
So it's like this aggressive interrogation almost.
Fun. That's fun.
It isn't. I don't think it is.
Pull the
It makes
light
me-
up
That's
on them.
definitely my favorite type of crowd work. Just the
interrogation.
Nazi interrogation
It
tactics.
apparently though was a group of people, and you know that thing about people who work together, know each other, may not want to let loose.
May not
Yeah.
want to tell everyone their SIN number.
Unlike the coin collectors.
The coin collectors were way cool. They were Americans, God love America. Got to love America.
You do. You gotta love America.
I watched a crazy thing about a woman in Florida who zipped her boyfriend up in a suitcase. When the police come over, she's just found him. She's distraught. And they go, what was happening? She goes, Well, we were drinking a little bit, and then we did a puzzle. You should see the puzzle in there. It's an amazing puzzle. And then we did some painting, and then we didn't want to paint anymore, so we played hide and seek. And we thought it'd be funny if he got in the suitcase. And then I went to bed and forgot. And then in the morning I woke up and I couldn't find him. And then I realized, oh my God, he might still be in the suitcase. And he was still in the suitcase.
That's her fucking alibi.
That was her story. And subsequently, that's like 40 minutes of the first apprehension. But then after, you see an hour and a half of her being interrogated.
I mean, just using my cop, my spidey sense, they were playing hide and seek. She shouldn't know where he was.
Yeah.
That's the whole game.
You're not playing a game
Once she
anymore.
knows he's in the suitcase, game's over.
And then in the interrogation, they go, did you make any videos last night? Were you guys playing around? He goes, no, I did not make any videos. I said, okay, we just want you to watch this. And they put the laptop, and it's her filming him in the suitcase saying, let me out, I can't breathe. And her going, fuck you. Now you know how I feel.
Good for her.
It sounds like the Alex Jones trial.
Yeah.
And she,
Did you write those texts?
No.
Absolutely not. You know I have
Really,
the
I
text,
have your phone right here.
Okay, I wrote them.
And, but she's like, but you need to know, I didn't intentionally want this to happen. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then finally at the end, they're like, okay, she keeps thinking she's getting out. She's explained the story of hide and seek and the mishap of the suitcase. And, and they're like, yeah, of course it happens. And you didn't do it intentionally. So why are we even here? And then she's like, what do you do? He's like, well, you're under arrest.
Why don't people ask for a fuck? Like, get the dumbest lawyer in the county in the room with me.
she
At
goes,
least.
No lawyer can get that woman off. There's a video of the guy asking to get out of the suitcase.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point. Do you want to make it easy for them? You're going to walk down to the fucking station?
That's exactly what they did. They said, just come on down.
Yeah, of
Hey,
course that's what they did.
We know you're innocent.
Yes, of course.
We just want to get all
Yeah, we
straight
just wanna
out. So we can
clarify
explain
this.
to everyone what happened. You're like, really? Yeah, no worries. And then they talk to you like, oh yeah, but they're totally. It's really interesting to watch.
I
That was
swear
the
to
highlight of
God,
my week.
our YouTubes are. You know how they were like TikTok? If you sign up to TikTok, it can like collect all the fucking info of like people around you and this and that. I feel like our YouTubes are connected.
You have similar. I fucked my algo up last week or something. I've been getting a lot of bad stuff. I went down some rabbit hole. I don't remember what it was, but not stuff I just came to.
Can I tell you the problem too? If you have it on autoplay and you fall asleep,
Yes.
you're fucked.
That's what's going to happen because it gets
Because
to
it will
places.
just No, but what I was saying is I got a bunch of interrogation videos this week too, long ones
on the Law and Order channel.
on some channel. But yeah, I started watching some of them, and
You didn't see the one where the guy.
You guys are like girls where their periods sync
Yes,
up?
where- yeah, exactly.
You didn't
I
see the
like
one where
that.
the guy disemboweled his girlfriend.
no, I didn't know. I watched one where this cop killer was being interrogated, and like, dude, these cops fucked this guy up so hard. I mean, he's a cop killer, so that's how they treat them. They kicked the guy in the face when they were arresting him, even though he was laying down on the ground and he lost his eye. But it's weird because they don't explain what's going on at first, and you're watching it and you're like, this is the worst kind of police treatment I've ever seen. Like this guy has he has a fucking
Well, look at the guy that hit Dave Chappelle.
yeah.
Look
That's
at fucking
hold on.
He looked like he fell down some stairs.
Big difference though. Personal security, I always expect personal security is gonna fuck you right the fuck up.
But we had that
Cops,
discussion. What do they have the right to do? Shouldn't they just hold the person down until the police get there?
Yeah, I'm just
Is that
saying.
what they're supposed to
like,
do?
listen, I worked in bars forever. Bouncers.
Had some sort of weird carte blanche to.
Did you guys see that Salman Rushdie?
Just,
got
oh yes,
stabbed?
yes,
Stabbed
yes,
in the
yes,
throat.
yes,
He's
yes.
on
Was
a
in the
fucking
throat?
ventilator.
Holy
Yeah,
Been taken
it's
off the
fucking
ventilator,
nuts.
apparently, but yeah.
Oh, he's actually
He got
getting
stabbed
better.
in the face, the neck, and the liver or something.
Jesus,
As
He
if it
lost
took
an eye.
20 years. That's fucking
That's a
insane.
long fatwa, man. They fucking
right.
waited a long
That's
time
a-
on that.
The
shit,
guy,
man.
the guy's 24 or 26, maybe.
He was like 4 when the fatwa
He
fucking.
didn't know what a
that's
fatwa was.
He wasn't
insane.
even
He was
born
born.
when
It's
the
insane.
fatwa went out.
Well, he was. When he been?
I don't know. The fatwa went out in like
20 years ago.
88 or something. Is
More
that
than
right?
that's
yeah,
like 30.
he was even born. It's just handed down generation.
I might be wrong about that number. I'm just throwing.
I just threw.
throwing a
I
number
also
out
threw
there.
out 20 years as a number. I don't know. The funniest I saw though was Boris Johnson tweeted out about it. Boris Johnson tweeted out like we don't want to live in a society, and I wish Mr. Rushdie the quickest. And Count Dankula replied, Your government throws people in jail for tweets. Oh, Simon's out. It's fine. Kamar, that's your week?
1989. That's when the
So, wow, he was close.
issued.
He said 88.
Spot
Holy
on.
shit. Good
Look
work,
out for
Simon.
the movie game.
Look out for the movie game.
Yeah, that was my week. How was your week, Simon? Oh, he wasn't here.
So, wow, 89. That's fucking bananas.
Did you feel all that rain?
Did I?
It poured last week. You felt it. Obviously,
Yeah,
you
of
saw the
course.
flooding and
Yeah.
whatnot. But didn't it feel like that was transitioning into autumn, fall? It's cooler nights and stuff. I just feel it was warmer. And it's cooler now, which is cool.
I hate it. It felt like summer was like 3 weeks long, and I missed a good portion of it.
What? I feel like this was the best summer ever, but I think it's in part because it's the first summer with the least amount of lockdowns and stuff.
Yeah, you
So it just
also
feels
you
sorta
also
normal.
go out of your way to like. I'm a weird person where I'm like I'm not gonna I don't know, I don't contact people.
And you don't initiate anything.
Yeah, because I'm like I don't want to bother anyone. If someone wants to hang out with me, they'll fucking call me, and then my phone doesn't ring. So you know what I mean? Like I find myself Saturday nights, and I'm like I know I'm 40, so it's fine. I'm at home on a Saturday night.
There's nowhere you really want to be, unless you knew something coming up ahead. You decide you want to go, and then you let people know you're going, and then people go, I want to go too, and now you have created a plan passive aggressively.
I guess, yeah.
That's the only way. But Saturday nights is for the fights, no?
No one's ever around. Like Jared's up at the land, and Simon's been
Yes.
busy lately, so I watch them alone.
In other times, you would also be probably up at the Big Rito.
That's no longer an option, so it's not even.
But you're not craving that cottage thing, outdoorsy, the woods.
I mean, I try not to think about it.
That's what you need to do. That's
Dude,
what you're missing.
I was on the Reddit for 10 seconds this week, and I'm glad I only saw one really funny thing before I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to be here. But one of our listeners is moving to Ottawa.
Yes.
And was like, yo, does anyone have like a job, any job potential? Because I'm going to Ottawa U. And the only comment was someone saying, good luck. I've never been to Ottawa, but what I've learned from this podcast is that everyone has a cottage.
No way. That's an interesting observation.
Well, we always forget, like, hey, we're in a government town.
Oh,
There's
no,
a
I
lot
know.
of money here.
It's I'm aware of it every day. It's very interesting.
Yeah, like
The bubble we live in.
yeah.
I think it'd be similar to people living in Washington D.C.
I also will say though, I think there's something about Canada. Like when we say cottages, they're not all like. A lot of people just have like a cabin in the woods. A lot of the time in Canada, because winter's so harsh, people go hard in the paint in the summer, and I think that's why. Maybe
Definitely.
I'm wrong though. Simon, how's your week? Sorry.
Fuck. My week was okay, I guess. You know, just
No, it wasn't.
no, it wasn't.
No, it
Real
wasn't.
life has taken over, and I don't care for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, just a whole lot of nothing really.
You got to escape reality.
I didn't fall down. I didn't.
Yeah, you want to go over your injury, Kamar?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I hit some sort of soft spot on my street, and when the wheel it digs into it, because it's like a rotor in itself. So if it's sort of soft, it'll dig in instead of just.
Because each wheel has a.
Well, there's only one motor, the head motor.
It's in the front tire.
Yeah,
Yeah, front wheel drive.
it's a little,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
I guess
little,
that
it's a
makes
little
sense.
beast.
Yeah, otherwise it would be crazy.
Yeah, it might get a little,
Get
a little dicey.
And yeah, you might do catwalks. Anyways, it just dug in, and I put my leg down to stop myself, and I did
You
like
were
the
cooking it.
what's his name, Livingston, Chris Livingston, I think it was Syracuse. There's one where he comes down on his knee, and it just goes.
Oh god, hyperextension.
And when I went to get up, I went to stand on it, and my knee was not there.
Wow.
It was the weirdest feeling, like just not.
It just gave out from under you.
It never. It was like it wasn't there. And then the next day, I woke up. It was quite swollen and so stiff I couldn't bend it, so I didn't know.
Well, that's what happens when it gets swollen.
I've never had a knee injury like this before, and I'd be concerned if I was an athlete about surgery or what. But it's not going to impede my life.
When I was younger, we went backcountry snowboarding up at Stowe in Vermont. One of my
I've been there, yeah.
Some guy I knew
Beautiful.
Yeah.
was like worked for Burton and he knew all the fucking trails and blah 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 whatever. And we were going down and I don't know. I ended up like hitting. I went to stop and So I'm stop, and this is the tree, and my board hit like, you know what I mean, pretty hard into the middle of the tree, and it like impacted both my knees up. And I knew I had kind of hurt my knee, but I was snowboarding and still I was like, fuck this, you know.
In powder?
In like
Yes.
like it
So
was,
it's
it was
always
backcountry.
powder.
That's
Yeah.
easier too.
Anyways, long story short, at the end of the day, when I finally took my boot off, I guess my boot had been holding like the swelling in or whatever. My whole fucking knee just went just like that and fucked myself up.
Did you go to the hospital?
No.
I went to the hospital.
That's because you're a pussy.
Well, no, I wasn't sure what to do.
No, at his
But
age
you
with
also
his
live
knee,
right next to the hospital.
They took
so
an X-ray. Said come back in 2 weeks if you can't feel your foot.
If you lived somewhere farther from the hospital, do you think you would have gone to the hospital?
It's hard to say. I mean,
'Cause
how would he get there?
Anywhere in the city.
Kamar lives
Yeah, a
for
block,
everybody,
yeah.
literally, not even a block, half a block to the hospital.
That's interesting. No, I wanted to know if it was all right.
Yeah. Okay.
But he said that you can't tell with so much swelling, but nothing's broken. So
Oh, the knee's
Like I said,
tough, man.
I think the knee is tough if you really need your knee like an athlete. But it does heal, and you may not be able to do things you want to do. But
Yeah.
at this age, I'll be all right. How's your week, Matt?
it was fine, Simon. My family, when I lived in Vancouver, my whole family went to Kicking Horse. Like my mom, my stepdad, my aunt.
What
my
is
uncle.
Kicking Horse?
It's
A
like
place?
yeah, it's like a mountain north
Yukon?
of no,
Oh.
it's just north of it's like a couple hours north of Vancouver in BC.
Okay.
It's like a lesser known mountain hill. Anyway, my aunt second day falls and breaks both her legs. I think breaks her femur as well. So she spent and she
She had to wear like a cast up to here.
dude, she was stuck in BC for like a month and a half.
Because you couldn't fly.
Yeah, you couldn't. There was nothing they could do for her, so it was just fucking.
I
brutal.
remember some kid in elementary school fucked themselves up on the jungle gym.
Yeah,
Kind of mat style.
Yeah.
But minus the nap.
the coma. Yeah,
It makes you cherish your health.
And she, I don't know, I think it was a she. But anyways, they had to wear a cast that went like past their navel and it had like a thing cut out of the ass.
my
Yeah,
God,
it was
that's
fucking horrible.
terrible.
And they used to pull her around in a wagon
oh my god.
because she couldn't walk. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was terrible. Terrible.
How was my week? It was fine. Trying to get a job in the movie industry.
As an actor,
No.
we know
I
that's
just-
hard.
I know a lot of people that are working on the set right now, and
Why are there things going on in Ottawa?
they're always filming tons of shit in and around Ottawa.
Well, I know because they constantly are renting out my brother's shitty
Yeah.
bar to do it.
Yeah.
And they used to ask Tiggies to do it all the time too because they would need like a toy store for whatever, some shot they were doing for a Valentine's scene. I would never let them. It was a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, of course. Listen,
How much do they pay the venue to do that?
Actually, if it's not a lot of work for you, like to
Oh, yeah,
change
it's good
anything,
money.
it's good money. But if you have to do a bunch of cleaning and shit. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Like blow shit up, have a shootout.
no. The
No.
problem, Kamar, is like if they want to move all, like they might want just the room, and they might say we're going to move all the furniture. Every single thing is getting moved. We're setting up lights and rigging all this shit up. Like they're going to have to rig up lights and a ton of stuff anyway. But it's like if they really want to do a lot of stuff, like for Max's for the bar, they probably wanted it for the look of the bar, right? So they might add one or
So
two
cool.
things.
Award 14, our first sponsor. Respect.
Yeah, but there's anything like made for TV, Simon, seems to be filmed in Ottawa. Like all the kind of low budge stuff like that.
Any like corporate stuff as well? I know training videos and stuff like that. That's not what you're talking about.
No, but I just set up an account with Voices. I'm going to set up a Fiverr account this week, and I'm going to start. There's so much voice work out there. It doesn't pay a
You've got
lot.
the voice.
It doesn't pay a lot. It's just like $100 a gig. You read like a 30-second ad. You know what I mean? Or you read like a 1,500 word. Like it's not like a ton of. But if I can get a bunch of those in a week,
It's credits.
It'd be cool if you got like a cartoon. That would be neat.
those are the hardest.
A listener, you're going to pair up with Matt, do a cartoon.
But yeah, Simon, they say at the beginning it's a lot of audiobooks. But I would read an audiobook.
That's interesting.
What about a
I
professional
wonder-
laugher?
I bet you that's really hard.
Reading an audiobook, I
Yeah.
imagine it's very difficult.
And I wonder how much they make you read a day. Like they can't ask
8
you to
hours,
read
I
the
think.
No fucking way.
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Well, it's not. They ask you. I'm sure they give you a deadline.
You
and
want to
they're
also
like,
get it over with as much as you want to prolong it.
There is no way you could
6
read
hours.
a fucking
You
out loud
could read for
book
3
where
hours.
every word has to be perfect.
well, that's what I was going to
that
say.
seems
Is
nuts.
the problem is you're constantly going back and rereading
And yeah, 'cause
sentences
you
because
fucked
you
shit
fucked
up,
it up,
yeah.
or you just didn't like the
I
cadence.
think we had
or-
Zach Levi said it was like 8 hours. Maybe it's not 8 hours straight of reading, but you're in the studio for
I
8
believe
hours.
it. Why not?
You take a break.
For sure.
Every half hour, drink some
maybe.
water.
Maybe.
But
I mean, Simon, think about it. We talk for we talk here for 4 hours, no problem.
and thinking
it's
takes
huge.
time.
I get it.
way
It's way
different.
different. I understand.
But once you're into the story and you sort of want to see how it ends,
the problem is, I think
that's
you have.
interesting too, hey?
The problem is, I think you have to edit it.
The reader?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I think.
No way. He's sitting here like this and there's some guy recording him.
I don't know a lot. Well, maybe for an audiobook, but for the smaller stuff, it's
You think
definitely
a guy is his own business and
Yeah.
they say, here's a book. They
Interesting.
send it to him.
Interesting.
He
Yes, they
sets
would
it all
like
up
you
and
to-
sends you back.
Well,
your
keep in mind they're
finished
probably
audiobook.
thinking you're gonna give it to you're gonna pay someone to edit it, right? And that comes out of your chunk. Like I don't know, who knows?
Who knows?
Let us know if you do know.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I have a huge bone to pick with Joe. Probably the biggest bone I've ever had to pick with Joe. I got enraged this week and I almost wrote him a letter or an email or however
That he
you do
would
that.
not read.
Well, you never know because it was going to be a really good letter.
Wow. That's,
Oh, super unhinged. That's
But
great.
we don't get to talk about it until the last episode.
All right, well, we're already 20 minutes in here,
That's
so
a
let's do what we
teaser.
do here.
That's what you call a teaser.
Okay, right on. I thought we had a good week. Simon
Welcome
did
to
not.
Hollywood.
1854, Rick Strassman, the mystery band.
Man, it's been a long time since he was on the show. Fuck.
It's overtime. It's overdue. 1855, Canadian hero Chris Best. What a name. And finish off with 1856. We've been asking for years, literally. Nate Bargatze.
We got
he
him
was
like
on.
8
What are you
months ago.
talking about?
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You should see my note. First time on.
No,
Yeah.
no, terrible first
You're way
note.
off there.
Terrible first note.
No.
First time back since the pandemic. Oh, and now we got the blue,
There
the
you
blue
go.
check.
There
good,
we go.
Good work.
There we
Kumar.
go.
Way to go.
Do you want to rate the week? Someone want to rate the week?
I give it a 1.5. No, I give it a 2.
Jesus.
I give it a 3.5.
I'm just going to give it just a gentle 3. Just slightly better than average.
Well, we do not have an agreement. Let's find out why.